Hey guys, Professor Bell, Comic Book University, and Justice League Red, issue number one. And since this is an issue number one, I reserve the right, in my own mind, to give full spoilers for this comic. I don't usually like doing that, but with an issue number one, sometimes that's necessary. With this particular issue number one, it might be necessary just to give you guys the idea of how incredibly good and must have this comic is. Let's get into it. Okay, but first, who made the book? All right, Saladin Ahmed is the script writer. The just says script. Anyway, the artist is Clayton Cowles, Arif Prianto on colors, Lucas Gattoni and Ryan Christie on letters. The cover by Clayton Henry and Matt Herms. And there's a variant cover out there also. Actually, I think there's more than one variant cover. But anyway, fantastic comic book so far. Holy crap. The potential of what they can do with this. But it's Saladin Ahmed. He usually has some really good ideas that he kicks around. And let's be honest, it's not to say this idea has not been pushed before, right? But the idea of what's about to happen in this comic book, I don't know. It gets me excited personally to see just how dark this can go. So we start off with we have to have the introductions for two different characters. Simon Baz, the one of the Green Lanterns, right? The what is it? Shajahu on the Shajatu. You have to use the Ta Marbuta. Excuse me. God, I hate the Ta Marbuta. If you study Arabic and you're not actually a native Arabic speaker, you'll know the Ta Marbuta. This almost bastardization of a letter is really effing annoying. Anyway, um, yeah. So which it's the thing on his arm in Arabic that means courage, right? Bravery. Anyway, he shows up to rescue somebody from a fire. Real simple stuff, duh, nothing particularly magical in this. It's exactly what you'd expect, right? You see the street demons. I don't know that I've ever seen these guys in the comics before, but I also don't read nearly as many DC comics as I do from Marvel, so there's that. It starts to get cold and they start to freeze up, and I'm wondering, why are they getting cold? I didn't see any cold characters on the front. And then it's Power Girl. So she's obviously been doing her cold breath, but very slowly. I kind of dig that. I like the idea that we're using our powers a little bit differently than we're usually do. Um, Both of these two characters, the two of these characters, their their Justice League card starts flashing, but it starts flashing red. By the way, can anybody tell me who had the cards first for the members? Was it the Avengers or the Justice League? Who actually used cards that they can beep beep signal through to contact each other? Anyway, because honestly, I don't know. Anyway, so these two show up at the watchtower, but it's something kind of like behind the watchtower, almost on the dark side of the moon, right? It's a little red sub-satellite thing. And they show up and they're surprised to see Red Tornado is there. Now, Red Tornado is right now the guy who's in charge of the entire JLU, the Justice League Unlimited. So this is stuff for Earth and beyond, right? Didn't they have a Justice League Beyond? I think they did. Anyway, so this is a big thing, right? Red Tornado has been tearing himself apart, or it seems like from the writing that he's been putting himself back together, that he just got beaten up really bad in a fight, and he's slowly but surely trying to put himself together, but he's hooking himself up to things, and somehow he's seeing into the future. I'm going to get into that in just a hot moment, but the idea here is that sends he needs to send these two to another planet to handle a global threat. These two already are super suspicious because they're like, you're the Red Tornado. You're our friend, our ally. You're technically the person in charge of the watchtower right now. But you're doing this super secretive stuff? And you were really encoded and encrypted back there when you were calling us on the card. We had no idea it was you. So they have to go to this planet and they have to fight Bumblebee. No, not the DC character Bumblebee, and no, not a giant Bumblebee, but rather the Transformer Bumblebee. No, it's not actually the Transformer Bumblebee, but I swear to God, I'm looking at it like, yeah, this is the precursor to Bumblebee. When they destroy this thing, and yes, they destroy this thing. I said spoilers. I'm entitled to this first issue. They're going to rebuild this thing, and he's going to be called Bumblebee by Optimus Prime. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying we're doing predictions in this. That's my prediction. I am the new Red Tornado. Hook me up, baby. So in reality, they beat the crap out of this thing. It's rough, but they're able to do it. See, Red Tornado said that this planet was going to start a big problem intergalactically, right? The way the Justice League was, the fact that the Justice League was just reformed, especially with Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman on the team, these three can't know about what's going on, because the whole reason why these things around the universe are happening is because they got back together to form a team. And they don't understand, and they can't be made to understand that their being back together is causing this. Okay, I am 100% with this so far. Here's the big spoiler. After they finish destroying the machine, Simon, Green Lantern, he finds that there's grain in this machine. Actually, it's Power Girl who realizes it. Anyway, there's grain in the machine, so this thing was actually just planting food. They were surprised there wasn't more of a resistance from the people. And while the machine certainly had some self-defense mechanisms, and it was pretty powerful, all things accounted for, it really was no match for these two. Just these two members, the original two members. So by destroying this, they probably just doomed this entire planet, or at least set it back a good long way. Lots of people are going to go hungry. Now, obviously this could lead to so many different things. And guys, I am a huge Dune fan. And if there's any book I love more than Dune, it's Dune Messiah, the second book in the series. That's the one where Paul Atreides, more than anything else, starts trying to see the strands of the future. Yes, he did this in the first book, but not like in Dune Messiah. He starts seeing all these different strands, and he's able to discover ways to make things happen, but it comes with great sacrifice. Every single thread that Red Tornado sees, where he tells the three founding members of the Justice League, the Trinity of the DCU, things get even worse. Things get catastrophic. Planets turn into ice planet, or I think it's Earth, turns into ice planet, or turns into a zombification of things, which we've seen the DC, we've seen the frozen Earth on DC, and we've seen the zombification of DC Zombies, whatever it's called, right? I think that series is still going. And why would it stop? It was so good, apparently. I read through a bunch of them, but stopped reading comics. Anyway, guys, there's so much you can do with this. So many places you can go with this. Is Red Tornado a villain? No. Well, at least we're not supposed to think that. But he just did a very villainous thing. But is it sometimes necessary to do something bad for something good to come up? Guys, if you haven't thought of Thanos right now, then you're really not paying attention. That's what Saladin Ahmed is trying to do with Red Tornado in a certain way, from a certain point of view, if we're going to use some Star Wars in this. Good Star Wars, not that current stuff. I am really impressed with the idea they're willing to do this with Red Tornado. Tom King did something amazing with Vision. As if the Vision wasn't already this incredible character from back in the day. But Red Tornado, who came first. There's a reason why Vision's face is red. It was like an homage to the idea that, yes, we know that this guy came out first. Actually, I think within 6 months of each other, something like that. This character is big time. He's well past long overdue for a great story arc. Every single time I've seen this guy in a potential arc, I've thought maybe, but no, this is not going to work, and it never does. His limited series, all that stuff, they never work out. This one, I think it really could. I think this could be this career-defining arc for Red Tornado. I don't know what career-defining would be for Saladin Ahmed, but he's already done such great stuff before, like Black Bolt, you know? He's done a lot of really good stuff before. But in this, I think we can finally see something great for Red Tornado. It's about darn time. Guys, I'm going to talk to all you guys later. But hopefully, it'll be next month when you guys have read this, or, after you've read this book, and we're talking about the next issue, which I will not be allowed to do spoilers by my own measure. Guys, go and grab the book. Also, like the video, watch an ad. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.